All right, now that everybody had their break, are we ready to get back to work? Awesome. Okay. Earlier, we talked more about how to stay in control when you experience strong emotions. We discussed the importance of checking out our assumptions about others, and we discussed some calming down strategies. Today, we're going to work on applying a little bit more of what we've learned and manage our emotions in difficult situations. Now, we're going to go back to our video story and talk a little bit more about assumptions. In the video that we watched, David started to lose control of his emotions and made assumptions about Nathan's intentions. Making those assumptions made David angry to the point that he wanted to get revenge on Nathan. However, it is not always the case that there is a misunderstanding about what is happening. Sometimes our assumption that someone has done a mean thing intentionally is correct. At these times, more than ever, you need your thinking brain in charge of your calming down strategies so that you can clearly think about what to do. For the rest of this lesson, we are going to practice the steps for staying in control, and we will practice checking our assumptions. So let's say that someone bumps into you in the hallway and you drop your binder. You feel angry. What are you going to do? Now remember. What think twice question could you ask yourself to make sure you check your assumption? Okay. Let's say the person who knocked into you did it on purpose. He or she has a big problem with you. What can you do to help calm down so you don't react in a way that'll make the situation worse? Yeah, you could do your self-talk, you could do your breathing, you could walk away, okay. Once you're calm, what could you do or say to positively deal with the situation? You could try to work it out between the two of you. Absolutely. What if that doesn't work? Get an adult involved. Okay, good ideas. Now, we are going to work on an activity together. What we are going to do is work on dealing with emotions and strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass out a different strip for the teams to work on. One team will work on the basketball trouble scenario where you're playing basketball in a gym at lunch, or you're playing basketball in the gym at lunch and a ball hits you in the head and how you deal around with that. Bad hair day, you get a bad haircut and somebody's mean to you about it. Another group is going to get the shoplifting rumor, where someone tells you that a boy in your first class is spreading a rumor about you stealing from the store yesterday. And then the other group is going to work on a false accusation scenario, where some kids you know are reported for smoking behind the gym, and you find out that they told the principal you gave them the cigarettes. And so we're going to I want you guys to come up with solutions for dealing with that. And I'll give you about 10 minutes to work on that. Okay, so our false accusation group. You know that you had nothing to do with these kids that are smoking. You don't smoke. You didn't help them. How are you going to approach this? Okay, now in the strip, it tells you that you feel almost hysterical and you want to make a big scene and yell and scream. Why is that not going to work? It'll just get you in trouble. Okay, absolutely. Might make you look more guilty. That's possible. So what are we going to do instead? Take some deep breaths, okay. Seek out the principal to talk to him yourself. Okay. What are you going to tell the principal? All right. You guys go ahead and finish figuring that out, and we'll get back to our main group in a minute. Fast forwarding through the 10 minutes because I have nobody here. Okay, so everybody, we are going to discuss each one of these scenarios together, and if you have other ideas for think twice questions that the student could have asked in the situation, raise your hand and let us know. Or if you can think of something else that would be a positive action or thought or words to say to the people involved, go ahead and raise your hand and share those too. So, basketball trouble, what did you guys come up with? Okay, any other ideas from the rest of the group? All right, thank you guys. Bad hair day. So you got picked on for having a bad haircut. What are we gonna do to not make the situation worse? Okay, anybody else have other ideas? Very nice, okay. So, shoplifting group. What are you gonna do about the person that's telling everybody you stole? Any other ideas? Okay. And the false accusation. What are your ideas? All right. And we had talked while I was with you about going straight to the principal and clearing it up. What does everybody think about that idea? Any other things that we could do to make the situation better, to feel better about ourselves and our emotions? All right. Thank you guys for all your hard work on that. So, today we learned why it's important to check our assumptions in situations that are likely to cause strong emotions, correct? Why is it important to check your assumptions? Absolutely. We also discussed ways to stay in control and calm down so we don't end up doing something we regret later. Now, remind me some of those things that we worked on and talked about? Absolutely. And what are we going to do with our first group assignment where we talked about our calming down strategies? Hang them up in our locker. I like it. And then, one last thing for you. You know, we always have homework after our group so that we make sure we're taking this home and we're dealing with it right. So, at home, I'm going to have you make an emotional workout plan. In this, you are teaching somebody else how to stay calm and manage their emotions. You can pick a teacher or a parent or another trusted adult to do this with first, so that if you have any questions, they should be able to help you out. And of course, you always can come back to me and ask more questions. Once you get a little more comfortable with this, if you can think of a sibling or a friend, a classmate that might need help with controlling their emotions and you'd like to show them some of the things you worked on, let me know and I'll help you make a strategy for that. Now, for any of you who feel like you're just still not quite ready and that the emotional workout plan isn't going to be enough, I have an extra little worksheet that we can do. We can work on it together for practice of staying in control. So either you and I can work on it, or there's more of you that would like to work together a little bit more before we go back to class. We can do that. You'll work with the partner. You'll make up your own situation of something that's very anger-inducing for you, and you'll write how you feel, and the first thoughts, those not good thoughts, those yucky ones that just make you feel bad. Think about those, write those down, and then you're going to work through your steps. Your pause, your think twice, your calming down strategies, and then things that you can do to make the situation more positive. Anybody want to work on that? No? Okay. We'll save that for next time. If anybody's having troubles remembering this during the next week, we'll work on that lesson together. So, right before you go out to class, I want you to work on this reflective writing assignment. Really quick, really easy, only a few questions. I need you to tell me 3 things that you learned on how to calm down. Tell me why it's important to check your emotions and your assumptions. Tell me what you're going to do next time you get really worked up and upset and you need to calm yourself down, and why you want to use that particular tool, why you think that one's going to work the best for you. Now remember, while you're working on that reflection for today's group and your emotional workout homework, which I expect you to bring back to group next week for at least one person, go through your staying in control poster. Walk through the steps. Notice what's going on. Pause. Tell yourself, I gotta take a step back. Think about it. Think twice. Make sure you know exactly what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and what you're gonna do about it. Then, if you need to, take that time to calm down. It's okay. Even if it's in a busy situation, do what you need to do to stay in control of yourself. Don't let other people work you up so much that you make the situation worse. And then figure out what you're going to do to be positive in this situation. And when it's all over, come back and reflect on it. Think about what happened, what made you upset, why it made you so upset, how you handled it, and if you could do anything better. Any questions? Okay, you guys did really, really great work today, and I appreciate it, and let's get y'all back to class now. And we will see you in a week to do a little bit more emotional regulation.